I'm Becky, my channel is What Beck Sews. Welcome back if you're a subscriber and welcome if you're new. Today we are doing one of my favourite vlogs and that is a fabric haul. Now I have been purchasing left, right and centre over the past 6 to 8 weeks and I have not shared anything with you. Now I'm just going to say as a disclaimer, because I have had comments before when I've shared fabric with you. I've been poorly for the last 6 weeks. I have not been anywhere. I have saved myself the best part of £300 in fuel. And yeah, so I've had a little bit more money than I expected to. Plus I had some money for Mother's Day and I'd been saving to go for the Sewing for Pleasure show anyway. Now I'm not making excuses. I am just giving an explanation because ordinarily I would not be able to afford this much fabric. So let's show you what I've been buying. I think we'll start with what we got from the Sewing for Pleasure show because I got some beautiful fabrics. So as we know, I went for a small period of time and I really enjoyed it. I met up with the lovely Adele from Sew for Serenity, Sarah from Sew Sarah Style, and I also met up with Katie, who is Whatever Katie Sews. They are all lovely, beautiful people and definitely enablers as well. Actually, no, to be fair, they were pretty good when we were going around looking at fabrics, and the Lady McElroy fabrics, they weren't even with me when I bought that. So yeah, what did I buy? Let's start with the most simple fabric, shall we? It is a plain cotton jersey and it's just gorgeous. It's in this fuchsia pink that I have an obsession with at the moment. I absolutely love fuchsia pink, but I think it's stunning. I got 3 meters of this and I deliberately got 3 meters because I'd like to make what I'm wearing, which is my latest So Frugal make, which is the Peppermint magazine In the Folds, their collaboration with In the Folds, slouchy cardi, and I love it. But it is a little bit big. It's in a plain black and I think it would look amazing in this. And then I'd also like to make a Tabitha t-shirt because then I can pair it with lots of different things. And as we go into the summer months, I do tend to wear palazzo pants and I like my pattern fabric, so I need some plain t-shirts to go with my pattern fabric. So it was bought with a bit of intention to it. I think this was £10 a metre if I remember rightly, but for the quality, and this quality feels so nice, I'm really, really impressed. Please don't ask me what stall I got it from because I cannot remember. If you've watched Adele's from Sew for Serenity vlog, she got some fabric, some viscose fabric from the same stalls, and I think she remembered the name and popped it in the description box below. So that was the first fabric that I got. I'm going to rattle through these guys because there's a lot. The next fabric I got was a Lady McElroy fabric. And this is just beautiful. So I don't know what I want to make with this. It's a cotton lawn and it's got these gorgeous tigers on it. It is washed. It is on my stash hub. It is ready to go. But I really want to make something precious with this. I think it's beautiful and I want to show off the print. But if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I tend to edge more towards the viscose and drapier fabrics. Don't get me wrong, cotton lawn does have some drape to it, but it's definitely more structured. And I find if I make something that is a boxy shape or, I'm trying to think what I mean, something that doesn't need the structure, I don't tend to like the outcome because I feel like I'm wearing a tent. Whereas with viscose, I don't mind a boxier shape and I don't feel like I'm wearing a tent. So I'd really like to make something special with this. I was thinking the Sew Over at Eve dress because it is nice and fitted, but then I want to get some wear out of this, and that's more of that would be a very special occasion dress and I can't see me wearing it. So I did think of a few shirt dresses that could be quite nice, but then I'd be breaking up the print. I just don't know. Have a think and let me know in the comments below what you would make out of this gorgeous fabric. There are 3 meters there for me to play with. I was so happy with this purchase from the Lady McElroy stand. So I did get some more fabrics from the Lady McElroy stand as well. For some reason, I haven't got them with me. I saw this. Now I destashed one of these at the beginning of the month because I had it in the light blue colourway. and I didn't really think I'd wear it. I kept looking at it, kept getting it out, and it just wasn't something I was picking up to make something with. But I then saw this colourway on the Lady McElroy stand, and I thought, it's just beautiful. I think I have it upside down for you. Let's turn it the right way around. There we go. And this is in a viscose. It's got that beautiful drape that you want from a viscose. Now, I was thinking of making the Alex shirt out of this. It's on my Make 9 from one of the Sew Over It ebooks. I have got that pattern actually printed because it's on my Make line to make. Now, I know I'd be breaking up the print a little bit with it, but I do think if I made either the dress or the shirt, the drape on this would be beautiful. But I'm not 100% sure. I've only got 2 meters of this, so it would have to be a top or something along those lines. But again, it's a print that I want to showcase. It's definitely more summery, so I'm going to leave this to the back end of spring to make something up with as the weather starts to really warm up, and then I'm going to find something that I get maximum wear out. But again, suggestions down in the box for me would be much appreciated. The other Lady McElroy fabric that I actually purchased, I'm just trying to see if I bought a scrap up of it. I did, is this one here. Now, if you are over on my Instagram, which is What Beck Sews, you would have seen that I actually have made this up already. So this was actually quite a nice find for me. Lady McElroy had some remnants rails where they had all of the, whatever was on those remnants, so it could be 1, 2, 3 meters on the remnants, but it was only £12 per meter, which was better than paying the £15 per metre that you get on the stall. So I saw 2 of these, and I really wanted to make a Sadie's jumpsuit. I wanted it for my Sew Yellow for Endo, because you had that little bit of yellow in it. And I have made it up. I will pop a picture in now so you can see it, but that was another fabric that I got. I've got a few scrap pieces left, not masses. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with them, but I'm definitely keeping them because it's a lovely, lovely cotton lawn. So that was what I got from the Lady McElroy stand at the Sewing for Pleasure. We then continued to look around a little bit more, and the last fabric that I bought from there was this beautiful leaves pattern fabric. I don't know, it's a cotton lawn, but it's got the greens, it's got all these beautiful colours in it, but because the bulk of it's green, I really like it. Now again, it's a cotton lawn, but it feels like a very lovely fine cotton lawn. I really like the feel of this fabric. It just feels like a really nice quality. Again, I don't know what to make. You see my heart saying that would make a fantastic Zadie jumpsuit, but I've recently made one and I've got a couple now, and I'm just kind of like, do I really need another Zadie jumpsuit? But then I wear them. There's another part of me thinking this again would make a lovely Eve dress from Sew Over It. Again, it would make a fantastic shirt dress. I did think about the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress, but without the 3rd tier, so it was just the shorter one, and I thought that would look quite nice. Maybe shorten the sleeves a little bit more going into the spring summer. I could get a fair bit of wear out of it. What else had crossed my mind? There was a couple of other patterns that I thought about. There's one of the new patterns that I've bought is the Hope woven dress from Style Arcs extension pack, and there's kind of like a wrap bodice, and I thought that would look nice, but there is also a keyhole front neck, and I've seen a version of it on Instagram where they've shortened the sleeves and they've not done the elastic on them, so they're floaty, and they've shortened the skirt to the knee, and I did think that would look quite nice like this as well. But the problem with the Hope dress, it's a looser fit, so it's not so much a fitted garment, so I don't know whether I would feel too much in a tent in a cotton lawn. But it, like I said, it is quite a nice fine cotton lawn, and there is definitely a bit of drape there, so I'd appreciate thoughts on this one. I got 3 meters of it, so I bought enough that if I didn't know what to make, I could make something else. So that was it. That was my fabric purchases from the Sewing for Pleasure show. Now, I did buy some jewellery from there, and I bought a couple of little knit bits, some labels and stuff, but I've already shared them in previous vlogs. So what else have I got during the month of March from fabric purchases? So I had my Little Miss So and So All Set to Sew subscription box. I subscribe to the So Luxurious. The 2 dresses that we had the options of this month, although having watched Adele's final version of the Rennie dress from In the Folds, I wasn't that keen on either, but I like the fact that I could order and get the fabric instead. And I still don't feel like I'm wasting my money because I get your free notion, etc. with it. And I have got the pattern there if I was to change my mind, which I'm probably going to do. Sorry. So I went with the Rennie dress from In the Folds, and Adele's version's beautiful. I would not use this fabric for it, but Adele's version's beautiful, and it might be something I tackle in a viscose further down the line. But I chose this gorgeous Lady McElroy fabric that I have admired for a little while. The Baker the Sews made a lovely indigo dress out of this, and it is just stunning. You've got these gorgeous tigers, you've got zebras, and it's just got all these lovely different colours on it. It's quite muted colours for me, I have to say. But again, I've washed this, I've put it in my stash hub to use. There's about 3 metres, I think, of this. Well, there is 3 metres of this. I know there's 3 metres of this. And I don't know what I want to make with it. So I've got to fold this back up because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't. I've got too much fabric. So yeah, I've got about 3 metres of this, and I really don't know what I want to make with it. So again, it's one of those that's gone in my stash and will come out for the spring months. There is part of me that totally wants to copy Liz's dress and make a indigo dress with it. I have recently repurchased the pattern because my old paper pattern was so worn, it was unreal. But I've ordered the PDF, and because I was making lots of changes to it to get the fit right on it. And I think I finally nailed the fit. I think I finally nailed the fit on most of Tilly and the Buttons patterns that I already own, because I've made quite a few adjustments to them. And I've got the add-on pack as well. So I did think this would look nice with a puff sleeve that they do, that version, and then the button down back. I thought that would be something different and something that doesn't just look like the normal indigo dress, maybe. But again, it's cotton lawn, so would I feel like I'm wearing a tent if I do that? It would make a beautiful shirt dress too. Maybe even the Alex dress from Sew Over It would look nice in this, because it's a different type of shirt dress and it's got a belt that cinches it in, so you could probably get away with it. Your thoughts would be greatly appreciated. I have so many patterns downstairs. I just really need to sit and have a good look through. I haven't uploaded all my patterns to Stash Hub yet. I've started uploading all my fabric and creating my projects and my challenges on there. But I haven't uploaded all my patterns. I've been uploading my patterns as I go. And I could really do with uploading all of my patterns to it, so I can then just look through the fabrics that I've got on Stash Hub, look through the patterns in one place and actually think, that works well together. So we'll just see. So that was the last Lady McElroy fabric that I purchased. I also bought some bits from eBay. I just needed some ribbon, and I bought this black ribbing and this white ribbon. I've bought a couple of meters of each. I just needed some in my stash because I'd also bought the tall high cuffed sweater top, because I've got quite a lot of wovens here, and I thought some woven sweaters would be quite nice. But I've also got a zebra knit, but it's not stretchy, fabric downstairs that I really want to make it out. So I needed some ribs just to go with that. So I've now got, I think I've got a pink, green in my stash, and I've got a blue in my stash, but I had run out of black and I'd run out of white. So, and I think they're 2 good staple ribbons to have. So I bought them, and they were just from eBay. To be fair, normally I'd get my ribbing from First for Fabrics. That's where my pink and my green ones are from. Quality's really good, but I didn't have a lot of money and was just having a scoot around eBay or something else, and I came across that. So the next fabric I've got to show you is a lovely fabric. All these fabrics are lovely. I had seen on a very well-known website, and I'm not going to name them, this fabric, and it was reasonably priced, to be fair. It was £9 a metre. It was a gorgeous fabric that I kept going back to, and I'd put it in my basket and I'd come away from it and I'd go back and put it in my basket. And then I decided, right, sod it, I'm buying it. And I went back to my basket and it sold out. So I was really surprised when I came across, I had like a email ping through from Pound Fabrics, new viscoses. And I saw this on there and I literally hopped on the website straight away and was like, oh my God, that's £3.95 a metre. It's exactly the same fabric. That's a £5 difference, guys. It's a huge amount of money. When you think about the meterage, I'm all for supporting independent companies. I have ones that I regularly shop with, but that is a huge difference to be selling at. You know, a couple of quid I can cope with, but yeah, no, £5 difference. Bearing in mind that I bought 8 metres of this fabric because I've got a couple of different projects in mind. I've got a dress that I really want to make out of it that will take about 3 metres. And I've got a skirt that I really want to make out of it that will take about 3 metres. And I think I'll probably make a top out of it as well, so I can use up the last couple of metres. But this is the fabric. It's a raspberry pink leopard or cheetah print, I think this one is. And it's a viscose poplin. And it's because it's a poplin, it was listed as a chalet, but actually when it's come, it's definitely thicker than a chalet. I would say it's definitely a viscose poplin, and I like viscose poplin. But it's just beautiful. 8 metres. Now, if I had bought 8 metres from this other independent shop, that would be an extra 40 quid that I would have had to have paid. In fact, this fabric cost me about 40 quid for 8 metres of it. And considering what I spent on Lady McElroy fabrics for these, you know, for 3 metres of Lady McElroy fabrics, it's more than 40 quid. So I'm just putting that out there. Pound Fabrics is a great place for bargains, and they do often stock the same fabrics as other suppliers. Just keep an eye on the prices. We do need to continue to support our small businesses, absolutely, but not when there's a £5 difference. Sorry, that was a bit of a rant, wasn't it? So yeah, that is the fabric that I've got. So the dress that I definitely want to make is the Sew Over It penny dress. I made this last year out of a green viscose. I burnt that dress when I was sewing it. I had my iron on too high because I've been ironing other things, and I'm gutted because I absolutely love that dress. So I want to do that dress in this gorgeous raspberry pink cheetah print. The other thing that I was thinking about is the Sabina skirt as well, from the Little Pomegranate. I like that skirt. It's taken a while to grow on me, and if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know I've made it a couple of times. Not always liked it, but the last couple that I've made, I now actually start wearing, and I think it's because I've worked out how to style them, so I still bring my shape in and don't feel too big and bulgy around the belly area. So that's the other thing I was thinking. And I did think this would make a lovely high cuffed sweater top as well. So there's that there. We're 18 minutes into this vlog, guys, and I've still got plenty to show you. So that was my Pound Fabrics buy. The next fabric I've got to share with you is from First for Fabrics. Now, I have actually made up a pair of pyjama bottoms with some fabric that I'd bought quite a while back, actually. And, sorry, I've got threads hanging off of it. And my daughter saw the pyjama bottoms and turned around and said to me, I really want some of them. So I purchased some of that fabric for her, and that will go into my Selfless Sew April plans. But I did buy 3 meters because I really like this fabric, and I might try and make something outside of pyjamas for myself as well. And I was thinking a shirt dress. I've got a thing about shirt dresses at the moment, but this would look lovely as, or I was thinking not necessarily a shirt dress. I am really tempted to purchase the Logan Shacket pattern from Style Arc, and I thought this would make quite a nice Logan Shacket. I'd have to take my brain away from the fact that I have that fabric in pyjama bottoms, but it's easy to do. I've seen quite a few different things made up with this fabric, and I really, really like it. So that was from First for Fabrics. I did get a couple of other pieces from First for Fabrics, but actually I have been making them up. I got a gorgeous fuchsia pink sweatshirting fabric and a green sweatshirting fabric, which I made a Stella hoodie out of. I haven't shared it yet, and I will share it at some point. And I've got a Billy sweater cut out for the pink, just because with the weather being so bad at the moment still, I felt the need to come away from making spring makes and make myself something cozy. So you'll see those particular fabrics being shared when I share the actual makes. So I then went to my local fabric shop when I got paid. I was finally, well, I wasn't free to leave the house. I'm still supposed to be socially restricting myself, but finally feeling a bit better. So I went in to have a look around and see what they've got. Now, my local fabric shop, I've said this many times, is like an Aladdin's cave of fabrics. And I go in, and I always go in with money because they're not expensive, which means I love that, I love that, I want that, I want that. And I had an idea of 2 things that I wanted from the shop, which I'm pleased to say I bought. And I knew I wanted to buy some more viscose fabrics. So we've got some drapier fabrics in my stash ready for spring and summer. Because, believe it or not, I have been working through my stash. The reason I have been buying all of this fabric is because I have been starting to narrow down my stash to the point where it's still huge, but I don't feel like I've got enough. That's terrible, isn't it? Just in case I run out. So this was the first one that I saw. I was actually standing outside waiting for it to open because she doesn't open till 10. And I got there a little bit early, and I could see this roll just inside the door because she's got like a stack of viscose rolls. And I really, really like this. It's a sort of zebra print. It's on a cream colour, but it's got like these bluey colours in the background. So I only got 2 meters of this one because I actually think this would make a lovely blouse of some sorts. And I just thought, and I don't know whether when you watch Adele from Sofa Serenity, she's got this rule, and it's a rule that I've carried for quite a while, because when I first started sewing, I would only buy 2 meters of fabric, and you're kind of like, you're not going to get much out of 2 meters of fabric. You are going to get tops, you can get trousers out of it, but you know, you want to make a pretty dress, and the chances are you're not going to get it out of 2 meters, and it's really, really tricky. So now, if I don't have an intention, I'll go for 3. If I have an intention, I'll buy for obviously the fabric requirements. Or if I know I'm going to make a top, I go for 2. And if I'm going to make trousers, I go for 2. So that's my rule of thumb. Rule of thumb? Is that the way you say it? I don't know. So yes, that is the first fabric I got. What top or blouse I make with this, I don't know. But I know I want to make a top and blouse. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'd say it's quite muted colours for me. So the next fabric I got from that, these are all still in the bag, guys, which is why you're going to hear rustling every time I go into it. It's another animal print. So it's a really unusual animal print though. It's like on a dusky pink. It's very similar to this one, just in a smaller version. It's got these beautiful reds in it. So it's kind of like a cheetah print, but then you've also got the leopard spots or cheetah spots outside of black as well on it. And it's a really dusky sort of pinky colour. I got 3 meters of this because I thought it would make a lovely dress, and I just love the red in it, if I'm perfectly honest. It's just gorgeous, and I think I can get away with it. It is lighter than I'd normally wear, but I think I can get away with wearing that colour. So I got 3 meters of that fabric, and this one is more like a, this one is what I'd say a viscose chalet, very, very lightweight. This one is definitely got a little bit more structure to it, probably more like a viscose poplin. Now, I haven't told you, but when I just talk about how inexpensive this particular shop is, that was £3 a metre. That was £4 a metre. So you get some good bargains. Now, this one I just fell in love with, and I've just actually been contacted about doing a pattern test, not a pattern test, a making up. Shall I start that again? I've just been contacted about being sent a pattern that's due to be released in mid-April, and I'm seriously thinking about using this for that, because I had in my head that I either wanted to make a blouse or I wanted to make a really nice woven cardigan that I could wear over cami tops in the summer, but this would also suit a really nice blouse as well. So it is this gorgeous floral pink patterned, I don't even know what this fabric is. If I just open it up, because it is quite sheer, and you can see how sheer it is, but it's concealed enough that I was to make a blouse, it would look really pretty. and it's got these lovely lines through it. I really don't know what this fabric is, and I'm pretty sure it's a polyester of some kind. It's got gold Lurex running through the lines as well, and I just think it's just gorgeous, and it's that pink colour that I love, and I got 2 meters of that. But again, this was only, I think, £4.50 a metre, so it was still quite inexpensive, but just so pretty, and I had to have it. So yeah, I think that that's what I'll use for that. I don't know, I could change my mind. I could use one of these other fabrics that I've got down here, maybe the zebra print or something like that. But yeah, I saw that, I fell in love with it, I had to purchase it. Bit like this next one, which I am thinking Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress. So you know I've got a thing for pink at the moment. This is black, reasonably plain, but it's embroidered. It's got all of these pink embroidered flowers on it, and then on top of it, it's got loads of different sequins. So it's just a plain black viscose with all of this embroidery on. So it kind of feels like I'm being good here because it's a plain, not too patterned. But then it's got these gorgeous embroidered flowers on them. I mean, I just love it. I think it's stunning. I don't know what you guys think, but I thought this would make a lovely Tilly and the Buttons indigo. Although there is part of me thinking I could save this fabric because it is so pretty and it is really special, and make myself a dress for the dressmaker's ball out of it. But I've got other ideas for that, and I feel like it black, even though it's got the pink on it, the black just feels too muted for me to be wearing to the dressmaker's ball. So I'm not sure, but this is stunning fabric. I love it. I do think whatever I make with it, I may have to, if I was to make the indigo dress, which I'm tempted to do, I'd have to maybe line the top bit when I make it, because this is quite scratchy on the back from where the embroidery and the sequins are all sewn in. But it is very, very pretty, and I'm very, very pleased with that purchase. Again, that was £5 a metre. So I was really, really impressed with that. I think I bought 4 meters of that actually, by the feel of it. So there's still more in this bag, guys. There is still more. The next thing I bought was another black fabric. This felt like it screamed a bit of a summer maxi dress of some sorts, but again, I've not made a decision on what I want to make, and I'm always open to options. Now, we all know I love a bit of red, so I love red as much as I love pink, and this has got all of these gorgeous red flowers over it with the green leaves on a black base background. And I really like the way that fabrics that have bright pops of colour on them on a black base sit on me. I think they really suit me. I'm just going to scoop this round so you can get an idea of how that looks. See, it just looks pretty, doesn't it? It looks so pretty. And I can wear my red lippy, and yeah. So I got 3 meters of this. Now, this will be a dress. It will be don't know. I have no idea what dress I want to make with this, but it will be a dress. Again, this is one of those fabrics. I've bought 4 meters of this one as well because it was only £3 a metre. So I just couldn't resist buying 4 meters of it. Because I can either turn it into 2 different things, because I did think it would make a lovely saguaro set by Friday Pattern Company. It would make a lovely Davenport dress as well by then, but we're going into spring, summer months, and I really want to wear it through then. So the saguaro set has jumped to mind. I have thought about, again, a Lyra dress. See, my mind keeps going back to the same patterns. I like to repeat a pattern, but I love nothing more than sewing up a new pattern, which is really frustrating for me because I just can't seem to get my head out of, well, I've made that before, I know how that goes together, I'll go and make that again because it's nice and easy, because I haven't got to look at the instructions or think too much. Whereas when I make up a new pattern and I have to concentrate a little bit more, I actually really enjoy that. So the other thing I did think about for this, and it would be breaking it up a bit, I'd end up with fabric left over, but I made the ruby skirt from Sew Over It recently in my Sew Frugal, and I really enjoyed that sew, and I really liked the final finish. I was thinking about making this into a ruby skirt because there's plenty of fabric here and it would be nice and easy to do. This is definitely a polyester of some sort. feels viscose weight, but it's definitely a polyester of some sort. So maybe the ruby skirt might not be the worst idea in the world, because you do tend to sweat in polyester. So that's that fabric. Okay, we're down to the last few pieces of fabric. There's 4 here to be precise. I'm just going to get them out the bag. So the first one is quite a, again, from my local fabric shop. All of this last lot is from my local fabric shop. This was, again, £5 a metre. I've been wanting some of this for a little while to make a pair of dungarees up with, and I think was still seasonally appropriate for that. Dungarees or bobby skirt, I'm not entirely sure. Bobby skirt, not bobby skirt, the Ava skirt from Sew Over It. And it's just a fine black needle cord fabric. It's got a bit of weight to it, so I do think it would make a lovely pair of dungarees. And that's just been in my head, that I wanted a black pair of dungarees for a while. So I've got the last bit on the roll of this, and I think there's only about 2.5 metres, so I'm not entirely sure whether I'd get my yantas out of this. But do I want to make yantas, or do I want to purchase the Heyday dungarees? Because I love the way that they look on the recent ones. The lovely Rachel from Stitched Up, and Andy from Andy Sews. They've made a few in black, a few different versions of the Heydays, and I think they've both made one in a black needle cord. So yeah, that is in my head. But then Rowan's also made the Ava skirt from Sew Over It, which is a skirt I've been wanting to make for ages. But do I really need a black little skirt at the moment? Would I wear it? No, I'm working from home a lot at the moment, so I probably wouldn't, whereas the dungarees would get an awful lot of wear out of. You're all going to think I'm mad. I'm going to pop a picture in here of a pair of trousers that's the very first photo on my Instagram. And I made these a long time ago, and my sewing, I was just getting back into sewing, and they weren't perfect. The pattern that I used was a simplicity pattern. I'm not entirely sure that I made them right when I think about it now, because the top of the butts is just above the butt. They were just, although you can't see in the picture because the chemise that I'm wearing is over the top of them, so short. But I loved this fabric, and every time I've gone into the shop, I've tried to see if they've got this fabric again. And it's an embroidered pink fabric with these lovely flowers on. Now, I know this isn't going to be from everybody, guys, and I don't expect it to be for everybody, but it's something I love, and it's very me, and it's got this like border. So I had these bits at the bottom of the legs, and it just was, oh, it's lovely, and it's actually a really drapey fabric. So it's kind of on, I don't know how to explain it, because it's definitely a woven, I don't know if you can see the weave on that. It's definitely a woven fabric of some kind, cottony, twilly type fabric. And then you've got all of these beautiful embroidered floral swirls and bits just sewn into it. Now, I had literally what was on the last of the roll, which wasn't a massive deal. So literally, if I hold it up like that. So I think it's going to have to be a top or a skirt. But I'm really looking forward to really thinking about what I'm going to make with it, get it made up, and it be wearable this time. So that was that purchase. Again, not everybody's cup of tea, but then this isn't everybody's cup of tea. So, you know. Last 2 fabrics I got are plain, guys. Absolutely plain. First one's a denim. You're going to buy plain denim. Well, I'm going to buy plain denim. Don't know what I'm going to make with it. I thought it was quite inexpensive. It's quite a sort of heavyweight denim, I would say. It's a sort of indigo coloured denim. I'd like to make the Sorrento jacket, if I'm perfectly honest with you. And I think this would make a lovely Sorrento jacket. I've got 2.5 meters of this fabric. Again, I think I've got whatever was on the end of the roll. And I'm thinking, if I don't make the jacket, I could make a good pair of jeans out of this. So that one is to go into my stash for when I'm willing to tackle denim. But I liked the fabric. I thought I'm going to have to purchase it. And then the last but not least fabric is a crepe fabric, and it's in a lovely vibrant red. This is definitely, it feels like a crepe, but I would probably say it's definitely a polyester of some kind. But I just loved the red colour. Now, I'm wearing red, so you're probably not going to get the full effect of it. But I love wearing red. I think it's a colour that really suits me, and it's probably one of my favourite colours to wear. So I purchased that with the idea of making something plain to go with some of my patterned stuff. Because, you know, I've got to build up some plain fabrics in my stash. And when I was trying to come up with stuff for So Frugal, everything was patterned and I really wanted outfits, and I was really struggling to find something that I could mix and match together because I'm terrible for not buying plain fabrics. So I think out of everything I've got there, I've got 1, 2, 3 plain fabrics. 3 plain fabrics. There's three plain fabrics there. The rest are all print and viscose. Some are wild, some are not. But I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog and enjoyed and stuck with me to the end on that. That's me restocking my stash, and definitely no more fabric buying. I don't think that's going to happen, but no more fabric buying for a little while. Although I am still waiting on a delivery from Rainbow Fabrics from a week and a half ago, and I was holding out for that to share in this haul, but it's just not happened. So that's everything. Have a fantastic week. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and I will release more content like this going forward, including what patterns I have been buying recently as well, because I have bought a ton of patterns recently. So I'm going to share that in a separate vlog, otherwise we'll be here forever. Take care guys, happy sewing, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.